Have you ever felt your stomach drop the moment someone accuses you of something? And before you even think, words just rush out. You blurt, "No, that's not true." And instantly the room shifts. Your heart races. You feel small, exposed. That moment, fleeting as it seems, is where most people lose their power. In a 2018 study at Harvard, participants who defended themselves immediately were perceived as weaker, while those who stayed silent commanded more authority. Imagine a heated office meeting. Your colleague questions your decision. Your instinct screams to justify, but every word you speak feeds their control. By reacting, you hand over the frame. They define the narrative, and you're on defense. Think about it. Haven't we all accidentally defended ourselves over the tiniest thing? Like arguing with a barista over a latte art mishap and losing dignity over foam? Here's the twist. What if staying silent, even when the accusation stings, actually flips the power? I'll show you exactly how this works, step by step. But first, let's uncover why your instinct to explain is secretly your weakest weapon. It all starts with that critical moment, the split second when someone accuses you. Your heart jumps, instincts scream, and almost automatically you defend yourself. But here's the hard truth. Reacting instantly is your weakest move. Picture a corporate meeting in New York, 2021. Sarah, a project manager, hears a colleague suggest her report was sloppy. She immediately says, "No, I double-checked everything." Context. Her words, instead of protecting her, signal panic. The room's energy shifts. Her defense confirmed the accusation's importance. It gave the other person control over the narrative. Now let's consider Machiavelli's perspective. Defending yourself is admitting you need defense. Every word you use to explain is like handing over the pen that writes the story. Silence, on the other hand, is a weapon of authority. It's counterintuitive, but the absence of response makes people fill the space themselves, often revealing their insecurities or exaggerating their claim. Micro cliffhanger. And here's the kicker. Just a 2-second pause can flip the entire interaction. Hold your silence, and suddenly the accuser feels exposed, while you appear calm, confident, and unshakable. Imagine this. You argue with your roommate over who forgot to take out the trash. You launch into a full defense, complete with charts and timestamps. 10 minutes later, your cat walks by, unimpressed. That's how your instant defense feels. Overkill and slightly ridiculous. Technique and practice. The next time you feel that rush to explain, pause. Count 2 full seconds. Scan the room. Look at the person without flinching. Notice how their confidence wavers as your calm presence dominates the space. This is your first micro move toward power. Summary of key points in this section. Reacting instantly weakens you. It confirms the frame and hands over control. Machiavelli's insight, defense signals need for protection. Silence flips power. Even a small pause changes perception. Practical micro move, 2-second pause, steady gaze, scanning the room. Next, we'll explore the bigger concept, frame control. Why whoever defines the context of the accusation ultimately wins the interaction. This will set the stage for turning silence into a strategic weapon, not just a pause.
Once you understand the danger of reacting, the next layer is frame control. Simply put, whoever defines the context wins. If someone accuses you and you jump in to defend, you're stepping into their story, letting them set the rules. Specific example. In a 2022 tech pitch in San Francisco, Jake's competitor subtly implied his app was unreliable. Jake felt the burn in his chest, ready to explain every security protocol. Context. If he spoke, he would enter the competitor's frame. Suddenly, the conversation is about flaws, not features. Explain. By staying silent and letting the statement hang, Jake observed the audience shifting subtly, questioning the accuser instead. Silence allowed him to regain control later with a calm, confident response. The concept comes from framing theory in psychology. When you explain, you accept their frame. The accuser dictates what matters, how it's interpreted, and where attention goes. But when you hold your position and control your presence, you can either redefine the frame or make the accuser expose themselves. Another concrete example. Imagine someone comments online, "Your advice is naive." Most people instantly type a defense. But if you don't respond immediately, the audience starts interpreting the comment themselves. Some may even question the credibility of the critic. Contextually, your calm, silent stance shifts the perceived authority to you. Explain. This is subtle, but incredibly powerful. You're no longer reactive, you're strategic. Micro cliffhanger. And it doesn't stop there. Once you master frame control, you can turn even harsh accusations into signals of the other person's insecurity. This leads directly into the next powerful skill, using silence as a weapon. Humor break. Picture a Zoom call where someone tries to embarrass you. You just freeze, smile faintly, sip your coffee. 10 seconds later, they realize everyone else is awkwardly quiet. You haven't said a word, and yet somehow you're the confident hero. That pause alone feels like magic. Key takeaways for frame control. Defending yourself enters the accuser's frame. You give away control. Silence allows observation. The room, the accuser, and the context reveal themselves. Strategic presence redefines the narrative. Authority shifts to the one who controls attention. Micromove. Maintain calm posture, neutral facial expression, observe reactions, and don't feel compelled to speak. Next, we'll dive into imposing silence as a weapon, how to make a pause feel deliberate, authoritative, and almost uncomfortable for the other person, turning tension into your advantage. This is where the real transformation begins.
Now, we arrive at the real game changer, silence as a weapon. Not just any silence, controlled, deliberate, and strategic. When someone accuses or challenges you, the immediate urge is to justify. But here's the truth. A pause communicates more than words ever could. Specific example, Sarah, a marketing director in Chicago, was accused by a client of mismanaging the campaign. Her first instinct, explaining every metric, every decision. Context, if she rushed to defend, the client would dominate the conversation. Explain. Instead, she paused for 2 full seconds, scanned the room, maintained a calm gaze. The client became visibly uneasy. The team looked for cues from her, and suddenly, she owned the room without saying a word. This technique, micro moves of silence, is deceptively simple. Pause, count 2 seconds before responding. This is long enough to make your accuser feel the tension. Scan the room, observe reactions, let others sense your authority. Still gaze, eye contact signals control and confidence. Another example, during a tense virtual board meeting, Marcus was accused of missing deadlines. Instead of defending, he stayed silent, arms relaxed, voice muted. Context, the accusation hung awkwardly in the air. Explain. After a brief pause, he simply said, "Let's review the actual numbers," and the focus shifted from personal blame to facts. Silence had amplified his credibility. Humor break? Imagine someone shouting, "You're wrong!" and you just sip your coffee, nod politely, and look out the window. Suddenly, they feel ridiculous, like a cartoon character yelling at a cloud. That tiny pause, it's subtle but lethal. Key principles to remember. Silence is not avoidance, it's a signal. The longer the pause, without being awkward, the more tension shifts to the accuser. Combine silence with subtle body language, straight posture, calm breathing, soft eye contact. Micro cliffhanger. Mastering silence sets the stage for the next move, turning accusations into reflections of the accuser's insecurity. Practical tip: start small. Try this in everyday life, a misjudging friend, a snide email, or a minor workplace critique. Pause, observe, and let your calm be your response.
Soon, people instinctively know you won't be drawn into unnecessary debates. By mastering silence, you transform from reactive to commanding, from defensive to strategic. It's a skill that projects authority without aggression, and it's the bridge to the next powerful technique, mirroring and redefining the accusation. Next up, we'll explore how to flip the narrative, making the accuser reveal their own insecurities, a subtle psychological pivot that strengthens your position instantly.
Once you've mastered silence, the next step is turning the accusation back on the accuser. This isn't about being cruel, it's about psychological clarity. When someone attacks you, their words often reveal more about their insecurities than your actions. The key is noticing patterns and redirecting focus subtly. Specific example: Alex, a project manager in Boston, was criticized for being too controlling by a colleague. Context: the comment was meant to unsettle him before a big presentation. Explain: instead of arguing, Alex simply said, "Interesting. It seems that control is something you're concerned about." The colleague's defensive posture immediately revealed their own tension. Alex had mirrored the accusation, making it a reflection of the accuser. Technique: the mirror method has 2 layers. Reflect their words, repeat or slightly reframe the accusation. This exposes their motives without confrontation. Observe reactions. Their discomfort signals their own emotional state, not yours. Another practical scenario: during a team review, Jamie was accused of not being a team player. Instead of defending, she calmly replied, "I hear that. It seems teamwork is something you value strongly." Context: this subtle shift highlights their priority while maintaining her composure. Explain: the accuser appears emotionally raw while Jamie retains control. Humor break: picture someone shouting, "You never listen," and you respond, "Wow, listening must be really important to you." Suddenly, it's like they're yelling at themselves in a mirror. The tension shifts instantly. Further, combining status assertions with mirroring strengthens your position. Short, confident lines like, "That's an interesting observation," or "I can see why you'd feel that way," keep you in control. Avoid long explanations. Brevity signals authority. Use tone strategically, calm, deliberate, with slight pauses to let the accuser digest the mirror effect. Micro cliffhanger: once you've mirrored effectively, you've set up the final power move. Strategic tools combining silence, deflection, and precision cuts, which will cement your presence and aura in any interaction. Practical tip: practice in daily life. A friend teases you, a coworker questions your decision, or a social media comment attacks you. Mirror, pause, observe. Notice how people reveal themselves. Over time, you stop reacting emotionally and start controlling the narrative. The psychological principle here is, what you resist persists, but what you reflect dissipates tension. By redirecting the accusation, you transform conflict into insight for both parties. It's subtle, powerful, and leaves your accuser off balance without aggression. Next, we'll explore the triple toolkit: silence, deflection, and precision cuts, giving you a structured approach to navigate any confrontation with mastery.
Now that you understand silence and mirroring, it's time to bring everything together with the triple toolkit: silence, deflection, and precision cuts. These are practical, repeatable actions you can apply in work, social, or online settings. 1. Silence, the cornerstone. Specific: research from the University of Chicago shows a 2-second pause increases perceived authority by over 20%. Context: in a heated meeting, instead of responding immediately to criticism, take a breath, count 2 seconds, and let the words hang. Explain: this tiny pause shifts power. You're no longer reacting, you're setting the stage. Silence forces the accuser to confront the tension, often revealing their own insecurity. Deflection. Redirect attention without arguing. Example, during a team call, a colleague said, "You're always late with updates." Instead of defending, reply, "I hear your concern. Let's make sure everyone's aligned for next week." Context. By redirecting focus to the shared goal, you neutralize the attack while maintaining control. Explain. Deflection works because it avoids confirming their frame, keeping the conversation constructive. 3. Precision cuts. Strategic, concise responses that assert status. Specific, one-liner techniques like "noted" or "I appreciate your perspective" deliver authority in just a few words. Context. Online, if someone attacks your post, a calm, precise reply like "interesting take" can stop the argument before it escalates. Explain. The power lies in brevity and control. Your words carry weight without over-explaining, preventing emotional traps. Humor break. Imagine someone ranting, "You never take my advice," and you just say, "Point taken," then sip your coffee. Instant mic drop. Combine all three. Start with silence to let the tension surface, mirror or deflect to redirect focus, and finish with a precision cut that leaves the accuser unbalanced and respectful. Context. In real-life testing, these moves turn meetings, family debates, or social confrontations from exhausting power struggles into subtle displays of control. Explain. Repeated practice trains your aura, the invisible confidence people sense before you even speak. Micro cliffhanger? Mastering this toolkit prepares you for aura building and recognizing exceptions, the final step that ensures you're powerful but ethical. You'll learn when silence is golden and when action is necessary, the balance of authority and integrity. Practical tip: start small, silence in a brief interruption, deflect a minor complaint, or use a precision cut online. Observe reactions. Gradually, you'll internalize patterns, understand human behavior, and naturally exude control. Remember, these tools aren't about manipulation. They're about strategic presence, maintaining dignity, and asserting power without conflict. The goal: become the person who controls the frame, not the one reacting. Next, we'll explore how practicing these tools over time builds your aura, and how to know when to break silence ethically, ensuring power is paired with responsibility.
By now, you've seen how silence, deflection, and precision cuts transform everyday confrontations into moments of power. But there's another layer: the internal clarity that ensures your strength is steady, calm, and consistent. That's where Ho'oponopono certification comes in. This course, taught by Dr. Joe Vitale, Matthew Dixon, and Dr. Ihale Akala Hulen, guides you through modern Ho'oponopono techniques, a system designed to clear mental clutter, release emotional baggage, and align your inner state with your outer presence. Imagine being able to face criticism, conflict, or unexpected attacks with a calm mind, unwavering confidence, and an aura that naturally commands respect. Specific, the certification includes 8 video lessons totaling over 6 hours with a detailed guidebook, practical exercises, and a final assessment. Context: thousands of students worldwide have reported feeling lighter, more focused, and more in control of interactions after completing it. Explain. By combining mental clarity with actionable strategies, you amplify the power techniques you've just learned. Silence feels natural, deflection becomes instinctive, and precision cuts hit effortlessly. Here's the emotional payoff. You stop reacting out of fear or habit. You step into each situation fully present, fully aware, and fully in control. Your confidence radiates, your decisions sharpen, and your relationships shift because people sense your calm authority.